Hey guys, Ronnie here. I am going to give you quick instructions on how to make my peanut butter balls to die for. It's really a simple process. It's about the ingredients in the process which is going to make them to die for, to live for, or to throw up for. Now, so we're going to start with cornflakes. I am particular on the bran flakes. Why? Because if you're going to enjoy the delicacies in life, you might as well get a little whole grain with it. So I buy that because they also have dietary fiber in it, a little bit of protein, some insoluble fiber. So what I like to use is bran flakes or whole grain flakes. Now it is 5 cups of cornflakes or bran flakes. If you decide to crunch them up, which is just going like this, you will need 6 cups. So I already have the 6 cups measured out. Let me get rid of these because I will never eat these for cereal. Then you need a cup of organic granulated sugar. Well, not necessarily organic, but you need a cup of sugar. You need a cup of light Karo syrup, or corn syrup, Karo syrup, a cup of light. You also need a cup of peanut butter. I am big on the natural super chunk. I like it chunky, but you can use creamy. Main reason why is because it has protein and it also has some dietary fiber in it. Because if you're gonna do it right. Now, if you notice, I have just a little bit extra peanut butter here and just about 1.8 cups of Karo syrup. So what I'm doing now is turning on the oven about 3/4, little past medium, but not too hot. And I'm gonna pour in the Karo syrup first. You do not want the Karo syrup to crystallize. So it is very important that once it gets heated up, that you get it going. So as soon as it starts to boil, okay, so I put the Karo syrup in, I put the sugar in, and I am going to monitor it very closely. As soon as it is all melted, right when it just starts to boil, I need to put in the peanut butter. You do not want this to burn and you do not want this to crystallize or it will ruin the entire batch. So please stand here and stir. Watch it. Depending on whether you have an electric burner or a propane flame burner will depend on how long it takes. So I'm just going to wait a second. Probably stir it every 5-10 seconds. Okay, so it's been anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes, and if you'll see at the very edge, it's starting to come together like it's wanting to boil. Now it's time to go with the peanut butter. So the peanut butter is going to come in. We are going to stir this now just until all the peanut butter is melted and it becomes just back to a boil. Once it comes back to the boil, we will come back and see you and tell you the next step. So just stir like this, just make sure it's not burning, and it will dissolve into a wonderful delicacy. Okay, so it has been just about 1.5 minutes. All the peanut butter has melted inside here. I'm just waiting for it to kind of start coming just a little bit, and it just about is. It's melted. If you cook the sugar and the Karo syrup too long, it will go into candy. So I am taking it out because it is 100% melted. Simple process. All I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this all right on top of the bran flakes. Get it all in there. Then I'm going to use a fantastic invention called the plastic spoon. I am going to mix this together now. It might be a little runny at the start, but once it is all mixed together and as it begins to harden, it will not be runny. It's very important that you're very as close as possible to the recipe. If you make a double batch, just double the recipe. Make sure you get all the dry parts in here, all covered with the liquid of the peanut butter and the Karo syrup. Then once that is all mixed up, I am just going to let this sit for about 15-20 minutes, up to a half hour. Then we are going to roll out the balls. I do want to tell you, you can put, my mother when she used to make these, would put coconut in here. You can put chocolate swirls in here. You can put chocolate chips in here if you want to make a chocolatey peanut butter balls. I love the coconut. I don't have coconut, and I just don't put it in because I never have coconut on hand to do it. It is pretty much all mixed up now, so I am going to let this sit, cool off just for a little bit, and I will come back and I will show you guys exactly how I roll these out. Okay guys, it has been about 25 minutes and this is very much pliable now. It's still warm, and if you don't want to mess with it warm, you can. Now here's where it gets kind of crazy. You need some butter, you need some Pam, you need something because this will stick to your hands. So if you have a cube of butter and you just want to rub your hand on it, just to kind of make it. The one thing I haven't tried yet is olive oil. Grab a little ball about the size of a spoonful or what you would with making cookies, and then just roll it in your palm of your hand for a minute. Bam, set it down. Grab another little bit. This takes about 20 minutes to do. So sometimes I get tired and then these peanut butter balls start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. With that being said, you can put them in a glass bowl like we have right here. Kind of line it, lay it down in there, let it dry and cut like little brownie squares. But I have found it is not nearly as good. I don't know why. Maybe just every time I did it, I left the sugar and caramel syrup on just a little bit too much. So, but this is how you do it. And once they cool off just a little bit more, once they're rolled up in the ball, and you put this in your mouth and you taste it, you almost will never be able to only eat one. And they are to die for. So thank you for watching our video. Please try it at home. Tell us what you think. And we will see you all next time.